guys, and we are live. Hey, tonight we got Garen joining us. It's gonna be a great time.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Greg.
We are Gen X, and welcome to our podcast. We're the last generation to grow up.
I want to give a shout out to all you guys who check us out and tune in and, basically consume our content. I want to give a shout out to our audio listeners. Singapore's coming in hard. Thank you guys for joining, the whole Gen X family. I'm not sure who's out there. Maybe it's our military base out there. Maybe it's just some good, some folks out there our age and just out there hanging out in Singapore town and checking us out. But you guys are definitely on the map now. Thank you guys. Finland is on the map. We got some listeners out in Finland, so thank you guys. And we shout out to Finland, and Canada's always representing. Our stats just started over. There's a whole new season coming. So anyway, those guys are still repping out there. We are on all your favorite social media platforms. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. Anywhere our people are, that's where we are too. Not an English major. Good Lord. We always talk over our intro, and one of these days we're just going to have to play our intro in its entirety. It's pretty neat. It's pretty Gen Xy. It's been a long time, right? Gen X, are we prepared to retire? Well, hopefully tonight we will have folks that are saying, well, I've been working since I've been 23, and I've always put in my 3% and my 401k. My employer always matches me at 3%, and right now it's at X amount. I think I'm okay. Hey, okay, cool. Let's check in with that. Let's check in with some other folks who hey, I didn't really start that 401k right at 20 something, anything close to maybe mid 30s, late 30s, right? I might be a little bit further behind the game, right? And other folks, that I know that are still going to start that process, right? We're still looking at that. We're still trying to, and legit. Some folks are, money's tight. If you live in California, shit's expensive. It's like 30% more, whatever, than the rest of the country or whatever. We are celebrating when our gas hits $3.95, $3.98. It's like, oh, it's less than $4. Let's go over here. It's less than $4, right? That's what it's like out here in California. So I definitely appreciate how hard or how difficult it can be to keep your needs met and still have money for retirement. But hey, guys, check this out. Unless you're married rich, unless you got money in the family, unless you already have a plan, there's going to come a time where you can't work anymore, or God forbid, your age catches up to you and health catches up to you and takes your ability from you, and you still have 15, 18, 19 years left to live. How do you have something in place to kind of cover you for that? Do you have something, even if it's still going to be, well, it's Social Security? Okay, I know folks who are collecting Social Security right now, and I think it's like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,700, or whatever. Maybe that's just the disability one. Maybe that's not the retirement one. But they live in California, and I know people are worldwide, and it's different everywhere. But reality is, shit's expensive. Are you even close? Have you even thought about it? And legit, I'm 53 years old. We work till we're 65. We live until we're 78. Do you have that covered, right? How are you going to do that? So anyways, shout out to everyone who checked us out. Oh, and our Monday crew. Definitely love you guys. Finland and Singapore, got you covered. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us on the platform of your choice. Garen joins us once again, the voice of reason. We have a few questions before we really jump into this whole money thing. What are your concerns when it comes to retirement? What is it? Is it, I don't have the money? Well, I'm not sure if the market's right. I don't understand how this works. What is the risk? How much does it cost? What is, can I afford 3%? What does that mean out of my check? All this stuff. If Garen can help you, all those things. If Garen, our guest here tonight, could help you understand some of those things, would you give her a call? If she could at least give you information or point you in a trustworthy, neutral direction that's not looking to make money off of you or whatever the case is, would you give her a call, right? What if you could improve your current saving situation, your investment programs, or whatever it is? Let's say you do have a 401k and you're matching at 3%. Is there more you could do? What could you do? And what are some options? What would you want to change if you could change something today? Or what would you want to look at, right? We have Garen here tonight, and sorry, easy for me to say, as Aaron would give me credit for. Easy for me to say. Greg and I have known Garen forever. We all went to high school together. We are a little bit older than her. That's why, she looks a little bit better. But other than that, I guarantee you guys, we are all the same age. And check this out. I'll put myself out there. I'm doing business with Garen on the financial side. I can also say that some of my family and some of my friends are also already have kind of made some decisions or whatever and reached out. So I just want to give her some credibility. I just want to give her some street cred, right? And I'm not promoting nothing. She's not here to promote like a service or a company or anything like that. But however, at the end of the podcast, we will make available to some contact information if you want to reach out and have some questions, right? So anyways, core concepts and some education around this whole retirement thing beyond the 3%, or at least to help us understand what the 401 is and does and what the other options are out there. There are some things to do. There's a groundwork, right, Aaron? There's like a plan, right? How you doing? How you
got
been?
one already. Jamie's in.
Jamie, yeah, what up, Jamie? Jamie Francella out there is a good friend and a big fan of the show. Love that guy. He's a lot of fun to be around. He is. So, Garen, welcome back to the show. It's always good to see you. And how are you? How's this whole financial thing going for you? And bring us up to speed. What's going on? How are you?
Well, Jason and Greg, thank you so much for having me on the show. Always enjoy spending time with you guys. You always make me laugh, put a smile on my face. I'm doing great. I am in the financial services business and love to help families. And it's been a pleasure helping you, Jason, as well. But yeah, I'm just doing the financial services and would like to just share some tips and tricks with the guests. And thank you, Jason, for putting a shout out for us, Francella. Not
There
Jason. I'm sorry, Jamie Francella. I'm sorry.
Jamie.
I apologize. So yeah, one of the most important things is the pay yourself first formula. We want to make sure we pay ourselves first because we are the most important person. And I'm sure at times you felt like, there was too much in the month at the end of your money. Has any of you ever felt that way before?
There was too much money at the end of the month? Is that what you said?
Month at the end of your money.
They keep adding days to the months. Good Lord.
Yes.
No, the months are going by faster.
Faster. Yes. Jeez, it's already
going by fast.
Going to be Christmas. So one of the good tips is with the pay yourself first, to save 10% of your monthly income. And then that would put you in the upper middle class. And then you want to invest that money towards your retirement. And then if you wanted to be financially independent, you want to save 15 to 20% of your monthly income by investing towards your retirement. So that's one of the first tips. That's a good tip.
So pay myself first. And that means I get my paycheck. My taxes have just been taken out, right? This is taxed money. I have my entire check. I have my rent. I have my this. I have my this. I have my car payment. I have my food. I have all my stuff. But before, if I'm serious, if I'm going to make a commitment to this, and we'll get into this a lot deeper, but before I go out on anything extra, including cable, maybe even including a cell phone or, maybe the fancy phone and, the unlimited, everywhere service, right? Maybe depending on how serious you are or what kind of need you are, at the end of the show, we'll go into, I think it's like 20 places to cut and find 20 places to find $200 or something like that, at the end of the show. But pay yourself first means coming before your lattes, you're eating out, even maybe before you go out and buy a new car or something, maybe getting that first, right? To pay yourself first.
Yes. Pay yourself first.
Pay your future self first.
Skip the Starbucks, skip the drink, maybe going out for dinner, even McDonald's is pretty spendy nowadays. And whatever you can do, whether it's 10%, 5%, it's just best to to save that money, invest it towards your retirement. So you're going to be more set when you're ready to retire, because it does sneak up really fast.
So after you pay yourself first, or the idea, we got future vision, we got some other stuff going on. Garen, kind of walk us through like a game plan. Kind of walk us through, what can folks like us, look forward to? Define some of this stuff. Open the door and like just tell us about all this financial stuff.
Well, has anybody thought about when they actually want to retire? Have either one of you thought about that?
I think they keep moving that number, right?
Yeah.
It was 55 when we were kids, wasn't it?
Yes, it was 55. Now it's 67 before you can get your Social Security. So that's when most people like to retire. But we don't know if Social Security is going to be there either.
They added 12 years to the working force.
15 more years and before we can retire.
That's a long ways off.
So, okay.
Go ahead, Jason.
No. Go.
And then another rule that we like to teach is the rule of 72. Are either one of you familiar with that?
I am not.
Me too.
And that's an easy way to calculate to see when your money is going to double. So you would take the number 72 and you divide it by the interest rate, and then that's how long it would take your money to double. So for instance, if say that you had 72 and you divided by 1%, that would give you 72 years for your money to double. It's a long time. So if you had say you had your money in the bank, $1,000, and it's giving you a 1% rate of return, it's going to take you 72 years to make that into $2,000. That's a long time.
It's a long time. But if it's sitting in an account currently making 36.4%, then we're doing a lot better. And that's kind of what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Once we'll find some money, where's the best place to put it? And, we have some time, but we're kind of running out of having some time, right? We shouldn't be panic, but we should pay attention. If we haven't already, kind of, yes.
Yes. So it's best to take it out of the savings at the bank where you're earning probably less than 1%.
Yeah.
And then invest that money where you're going to get that higher rate of return. Like say
savings accounts haven't always been like that, have they? Have savings accounts always been pretty useless like that, or did people used to make money on their savings accounts? Didn't they?
I don't.
More a CD or a money market, you're looking at more like a 4% rate of return, but savings accounts at the bank, the middleman, you want to cut out that middleman.
He's making a grip of money on your money.
Yes, he's making the grip of money. So another option would be, say, invest it in the S&P 500, where that's historically over the last 30 years has had a rate of return of 10% annually over the last 30 years. So you get that 10% rate of return as opposed to, say, that 1%.
Right. How would the average guy, invest in the S&P? What does that even look like? I saved $900 and I could probably squeeze, $250 a month, maybe, $150 a check, maybe. And, what does that mean? How would I do that?
Well, you could always reach out to me, kind of like.
Of course I could. Yes, and I have. Yes.
Could help that prepare you. And
yes.
It's great to invest in mutual funds because it's more diversified. You're investing in, say, 50 to 100 companies as opposed to just one company.
Right.
So it's much more diversified. You could do it based on your risk, your tolerance, and we could pick the best fund for you and based on how long you want that investment to be invested as well.
And then I'd have an account, and then I could just send money myself, or I could, go there monthly. I can have it automatic. I could set up all the things already, and I could just start shooting money over to this account and then log in and watch this number grow at, so earlier, the number's 18%, 26%, and then at 38% or something. What, just watching the high, medium, and low risk, sections, the way the website's set up, it really visualizes, how, your money's set up. And like you were saying, your risk and your risk tolerance, and how long is this? Are you willing to let this sit for 25 years? And then dump it here and let it go. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, but overall, it's going to do well, right? Because these markets traditionally blah, blah, blah. But the way you explained it and the way the website's set up, it makes it really neat and really easy. It makes you kind of want to, it's like not like a video game, but kind of like a video game. You feed it and you watch these numbers go up. It's kind of cool, right?
Yes, you can put in a monthly pack, $25 up to whatever you would like monthly to contribute, and just watch it grow. The longer it's in there, the better. You want that compound interest effect. 75 to 80% of the time, the market's up. So if it does go down, keep it in there. It's eventually going to go back up. So the longer you keep it in there, the better.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Jamie, there probably won't be Social Security.
I'll give a shout out to Bridget. Hey, what up, Bridget? Good to see you out there. And as soon as possible. Excellent.
Thanks for being on, Bridge.
Hey, Bridget, what's up? Hey, if you're watching, man, give us a shout out in the comments. Let Garen know that you're out here supporting it. Give us, give her a high five or give her a shout out. Okay, so my employer gives me this 401k. What does that actually do for me? What does that mean? Explain that a little bit to me. And he does offer a 3% match, and I filled in that bubble and I sent it and then take some money out. And then I think I have one at my old job, and then I started one at this new job. Are they the same? Are they different? Do I now have two? How does that work?
Yes, with the 401k, if you have it with the old employer, you want to get that money and put it into your own personal account, Bridge, into your own personal account. That way you have more control over it. You know how it's performing. And I could always help you with that. Sometimes people have a hard time tracking down their old 401ks. I'm more than happy to help you do that. And our generation is the first one to start the 401ks. It was pensions before us. Right. So now the 401ks have taken over, and the average person right now has about $150,000 in their 401k. The Gen Xers like us. So
is that a lot?
No, that's not enough. You're looking at
okay.
You need about 1.5
like
million. Yeah, about 1.5 million to retire these days. So that 150,000, it's good to have it, but it's not going to get you enough to live
with you guys for a long time. We're going to all have to live together when we're old and share this shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're all going to have to live together.
Mm-hmm.
Family compound.
There we go.
Yes. But the 401 is great. And if your employer's matching you, you definitely want to put in that maximum match, because that is free money. And then any money beyond that match, I would suggest putting in a Roth IRA. That way it grows tax-free. And then you have that additional investment towards your retirement.
So if I have it through my employer, go ahead and dump whatever up the 3%. If that, whatever they match is usually a percentage, and then match that. And then, I can always save more. And you're recommending go into our Roth IRA and save that way. So I'm saving after taxes. So this money's all been taxed already, right? Is my 401 taxed, or is that taken out before taxes? How does that?
That's taken out before taxes. So when you take that money out, you are going to pay taxes on it.
You're going to get taxed.
But with the Roth IRA, you pay taxes before, so it grows tax-free, which is good because you don't have to pay as much taxes at the end, because it's growing tax-free. And then with the Roth IRA, the 2025 contributions are, oh, good, Michelle's on too. Hi, Michelle. The 2025 contributions, if you're age 50 and above, is $8,000 a year.
Michelle, we're all going to live with you have to live with us.
Under
Karen.
Under
Yes.
the age of 50, it's $7,000 a year for the 20.
Under the age of 50.
$7,000 a year. So that's another great way because it grows tax-free. So just another way to invest your money.
Even once you put it into a 401k, don't you also have to pick investments after that? Don't you also have to tell them where to put it? Or is it just
401k? I think you do.
It depends on the company. They may pick that investment. They may give you the power to do that, or some people don't realize that they can. And then they have that investment for many years. And then they're like, oh, I could have went online or called human resources and changed my investment, made it more aggressive. When you get older and closer to retirement, you want to make it less aggressive where you're getting more income.
Because even knowing how to do that can be a hassle for some people too. Not knowing what to do if you get too many choices anyways.
Watching some of these comments, either, you guys are so kind.
And many of us, our parents did not educate us. The baby boomers did not educate us on.
My parents did. My parents weren't educated. To be fair, they weren't educated either.
No,
so
I think it missed the generation before us by a bunch of people too.
Yeah, there's like gatekeepers on that money shit. They just don't. I mean, we could learn, and we're learning now. You know what I mean? So it's on us to learn that shit. The information's always been out there, but we were taught to go to school, and we weren't even taught how to pay taxes. Good Lord. We were just, you know what I mean? We just had to figure that shit out. One of the things I'm not, figure that shit out. So anyhow, all right.
The good news is with are you doing your break?
No, what's the good news?
Oh, I was going to say the good news is, though, with the baby boomers retiring, our parents' generation, they are transferring over the largest wall of wealth. So it's going to be over $38 trillion that are going to be transferred over to us Gen Xers here in the next 10 years. So they may not have taught us the right way to do it, but
all Gen Xers?
Yep. Hopefully all of them.
It's like a Gen X trust fund. Are you telling me there's a Gen X trust fund?
Yes. So hopefully we'll have that legacy we could transfer to our children and our grandchildren with the transfer of wealth.
Yeah. Michelle just out there being honest and shit. Yeah, Chris. We're really proud of Chris. We're proud of Cameron and Reese and Riley, all my kids. You know what I mean? But there's certain areas that Chris just like growing up are like. Me and Michelle were looking at each other like, I don't know. I don't know. He did get that from me. So he does really well in a lot of spots, and you go, son. So
that's good.
All right, let's do that mid-show break. All right, every week we do this reoccurring bit where we have a song of the week, movie of the week, and Gen X spotlight, and we have all three. And I'm not sure if you guys have it on your outline, so maybe it's a surprise for you as well. But given the theme of our show or episode, I queued it. Now we have to keep it short because I don't want to get YouTube banned, and some of these songs they make us cut it out of the episode in order to show the video. Most of the times they just
5 minutes
they'll cut us off, you know what I mean? And it's like, ugh, I'll get in trouble. But anyways, mid-show break, here we go.
Feet hit the floor, then I get on down. You see, I want money. Lots of money. I want the pie in the sky. I want money. Lots of
Who sings the song?
So don't be asking me why. I want to be rich.
Callaway, you guys. Come on.
I want to be
I'm
rich.
looking at it. But I knew that one anyway. I knew that shit.
I want to be rich.
Love, peace, and happiness.
Full of love, peace, and happiness.
All right, Callaway.
Better be
We
careful.
want you to be rich as well. We do. We wish him well. All right. So Movie of the week. For some reason, I know everybody knows this movie, but nobody I know ever really talked about this movie. I don't have any memory of talking about this movie with any of my friends at any point in time, which makes me believe I'm the only one who's ever seen it. So
everyone wants it. Until now, Monty Brewster didn't have it.
They tell me you're my only living relative.
But he just made money the old-fashioned way.
You have 30 days in which to spend $30 million.
He inherited it.
If you can do it, you get 300 million. But if you fail, you don't get diddly.
Why can't I tell my friends?
Because I don't want anybody to help me out. What's wrong? Spike, what's wrong? $30 million. The manager's got $30 million. This is a good day, you know.
You guys remember this movie?
Unless he can spend it and have nothing left but the shirt on his back.
Yes, Richard had it.
A lot of fun with this kind of money.
Jay, I'd like to hire you as my official photographer. Salary $10,000 a week. How would you like to be my personal driver for
And this is 1985.
$5,000 a week.
What a country. America, love it.
So $10,000 a week is a lot of money now.
Want to go to lunch?
From 85.
Everyone thinks he's crazy.
I want to bet $50,000. Then went up. We'll sell it.
I think we should consider the possibility of psychiatric help.
At the rate you're going, you'll have spent your entire inheritance in less than a month, and you'll have nothing to show for it.
But $300 million says he's right on the money. Richard Pryor and John Candy.
It's like that old saying, you know, if for money I'd be a millionaire. I'm a millionaire.
Brewster's Millions. Coming soon from Universal Pictures.
And it's a baseball movie. It was one of my favorites.
Oh, all right. Hey, so I love that we have the guests that we have watching because honestly, all of us that are on screen right now, we're really going to appreciate what we have next. The Gen X Spotlight. I love this. The Gen X Spotlight of the week is the mullet. A fucking sweet, sweet mullet. Let's give a shout out to one of the greatest things to ever come out of the 80s decade and out of our entire existence.
It was so great that it's back.
Before my love's going to leave me.
We had the greatest hair.
Yeah.
We had the best hair. Shout out to Phil. What's up, Big Phil?
Phil's mullet.
Randy had the mullet. You can see it. No, it's in the back. We can see it. Randy had the mullet.
My shirt.
Brandon, Trey.
Mullet.
Mullet.
So
Mullets everywhere. That's the sweetest fucking sweater and mullet right there. Yes.
And a Raiders
Oh my
hat.
goodness. I can smell the hairspray in this picture. Mullet. See that? That's your face mullet right there. Your standard high level cut mullet. These are sweet mullets. They're all long in the back. That's hella party in the back. That's good mullet in the front. That's Joe G. Gonzo. Shout out to Joe. That's the mullet right there. That's a mullet. And right there it is.
Mullet with bangs.
Oh no way!
Love that. Thank you for sharing that, Jason. But you always had the best mullet. Always the best.
Love it. All right. We had a good childhood, man. Shit, we did. I mean, what are you gonna say? We had the good music. We had the good stuff. We had it all. I mean, I saw it the other day. $5 foot. Oh, we didn't have 24-hour Walmarts of $5 foot longs and shit like that. But you know what? Anyways, we still had it good. We got some. Here we go. All right. There's a few more things we want to cover, and then we'll help you guys find $200 a month, so to speak, sort of, or whatever. I'm confident there's money to find. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to make some hard choices. However, it depends. Do you want your lattes and all your fancy shit now? Or do you want to be able to, keep the lights on when you're like 65 years old and can't work at your job anymore or whatever, right? So, all right. I want to be rich. Current financial snapshot, planning status. Have I ever put a financial plan together? Do I have like retirement accounts? How much do I have saved? What are my current assets? Has my employer been matching me this whole time? Now, what have I identified as my priorities and goals? What am I trying to do with all of this? I'm at 53. I have your basic debt as everybody else. I have a car payment. I'm still paying off my house, doing all the things, right? A little bit of credit here and there, blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking to retire. I'm looking to save more, right? The financial areas are most important to me. What are they important to you? Which ones are important to you? Is it debt freedom? Is it retirement savings? Is it protecting your family? I mean, like, God forbid you go. Is it, increasing your income? What's your financial independence number? How much money do you need to make it through, the end of your life? Or, pretty close, pretty close. I mean, that's what we have kids for. And if you guys have a daughter, then I hear they take hella good care of you. So got one. Hey, boys do a good job, but you know what? It's always the wife of the boy that does all the, all the good stuff, right? It's always the girl. It's always the daughter. So anyways, I didn't make up that stat. That's just what I read. So Garen, walk us through some of this stuff. What is a financial independence number? How do I even get that? Is my 3% and my 401 good? I mean, but I want to do more. What does debt freedom mean? What is retirements? What are all these things?
Well, the financial independence number, that's the amount of money you want to save by your retirement so you're financially free. So right now it's averaging about 1.5 million to be able to retire and be financially free right now. But then you look at a couple, then you're looking at closer to 3 million. So you just got to see what's most important. Hi, Ginger. Thanks for being on. She's my Sacramento girl.
Hey.
So, you want to make sure you have the debt freedom, your mortgage is paid off, your credit cards, your school loans, your car loans. You got to make sure, too, that your family is properly protected. You want to make sure you create that immediate estate, especially if your wife depends on, or a spouse depends on your income. And then, of course, increasing your income. You might be tired of working that 9-to-5 job and you want to do something different, become an entrepreneur too, like Greg's doing. Just something to step out of the box a little bit. And then, of course, your retirement savings. The more you have saved for your retirement, the more you're going to be financially free and be able to be independent and do what you want when you want and not be stressed about your retirement.
Paycheck to paycheck while I'm old. And well, our health is going to catch up with this. Our age, you want to say it nicely. Our age will catch up with this, and our health will become our highest priority, right? Say we're going to get old, right? We can age gracefully, we can age poorly. It kind of, it's up in the air. We're going to need to be able to pay for it no matter what. Beyond work, we still have things that we still need to pay for that I kind of take for granted that come with the job. You know what I mean? Like insurance, health insurance. And that's a big one. You know what I mean? What am I going to do after that? How am I going to pay for all that? Having that, that paycheck coming in and having, like bonuses or whatever, you know what I mean? And vacation pay and being able to sell that back and just being, just having that money, right? And, having a different job or being able to promote or, that annual 3% or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Retirement means all that goes away. Retirement means it means fixed income to some degree, but it could be generous, right? It could be really tight.
Mm-hmm.
What would you recommend your average Joe who's got a 401k that has a few extra bucks? You said invest, call, of course they can get a hold of you and do that. But like deeper than that, like a financial plan, who makes financial plans? What does a financial plan do? And how would I use one? I mean, what does that mean? What is that?
Well, the financial plan is going to help you prepare for your retirement, and I could help you do that. I'm very sincere and want to help others, and I'm always available. And just set up that financial plan so you're prepared for retirement. You have the 401k. I suggest the Roth IRA could do that as little as $25 a month. Then we also have annuities that we could do, which is great when you're getting closer to retirement. That acts as a pension if you don't have a pension. And there's no cost, but it is locked up for 6 years. So you won't have access to that money for 6 years. So that's another route that you could do would be an annuity.
And that means they pay me every so often. So I pay into this bank of money. I'm just not necessarily a bank, but I pay into it and they do whatever they do with it. And like you said, if I do it in this route, after 6 years, it sits for 6 years. And then there's, depending on how much I put in, they'll start paying me a smaller amount out, but they'll pay me over a long period of time. Right?
Yes, you could do it that way to help for retirement, or they could pay you out in a lump sum. So you could have that money in a lump sum. You could reinvest it another way if you wanted to.
And the whole thing with this money being taxed, it all comes down to how did the money go in, right? Did the money go in pre-tax? Then you have to tax it coming out. If it came out of your regular paycheck after you paid all your other taxes and your medical and all that bullshit, and you paid with it with your net income, then you're good. You don't have to. Well, then you have to make sure you pay attention to where that money goes, then, right? You could be double taxed on it if you don't pay attention, right? Is that how that works or something?
Possibly, but most important, you want to set up that Roth IRA. So that does grow tax-free. And then later, in life, typically we're making more money when we're older. So if you have that Roth and you're paying into that tax-free, you're not going to pay as much taxes as you would into a 401k or a traditional IRA.
Gotcha.
Hi, Jeannie. Jean. It's my sister-in-law. She's
hey, what's up?
Beach.
And then, of course, Jamie Frenzel.
Play the lottery. I like that.
Of course, play the lottery. Yes, keep your fingers crossed. And we do hit a casino every now and then, just for a quick up. I lose. I never play. We do the cheer comp every year in Vegas, and I always say I have X amount. I get through like $150 in like 28 seconds. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not paying $25 to hit that button or $8 to hit that button. I'm not doing it, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. So
I'm usually cashing out at $40.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm like, that was $75 and I hit that button. That's all I got to do. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit anymore.
It's good. You know when to stop.
Phone. Good Lord.
Yep. Life insurance too.
Life insurance is good. I have that. All right. So like I've been promising you, there's bleeds, financial bleeds, they call it, places where I say you guys can find up to $200. I'm confident. And that's where I said you guys are gonna have to make some choices, make some, some decisions. You might have to shift a few things, you might have to tolerate a few things differently, right? But basically, like some banking and financial bleeds. Savings potential $25 to $150 a month, depending on how active you are in this area.
Hi, Chris.
What up, Chris? $12 a month checking account fee. You could switch to a free online bank, right? There's $12 a month. $4.50 for an ATM fee. You guys paying ATM fees out there? Every time you swipe your card or pull money out of a machine that's not at your bank, you paying a fee on that? Are you paying on both sides? ATM fees? Paying bills late. Pay your credit card late? It's $34. For me, it's $34. I'm like, good Lord, $34? No. I'm like,
Yeah.
Late fees, right? $25 to $40. Just being a day late, just missing it. You got to miss it. I get it. There's always
fee on it.
Yes, right. This just means money, right? Overdraft. God forbid we still hitting overdrafts, right? I get it. Life's life, and I get it. I do. I understand. No judgment. I do. Man, right? That can suck the money out real quick. Right? Using a credit card at 26%. I mean, you know what I had to do? So I'm glad that's one of them. I had to take my credit card off of the primary or the auto select on Amazon on the app, the just buy now, send to my house, get there before I get home from work kind of shopping. Just totally impulsive shopping. I had to put my regular debit card there, and I'm like, well, hold on a minute. I got to pay that money now. Do I really want or need this? I'm like, no, I don't need the Voltron Lion set for $250. But I would buy it at 26%, but I wouldn't buy it for 0% right out of my pocket. And you know what?
It would look really cool sitting on the set there in front of you.
Well, the set's sitting like this, but you know what? It would look hella cool sitting on this set. But so the adult thing I did was I swapped that card to help save some of that money. So that forces me to make a better decision because I'm a little more protective over the checking account money. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's a good one.
Think about it.
It gives me, it's like, do I really want to spend that money? Right? I'll spend $28 a month for a few months and not even trip on it. But do I want to, you know what I mean? But at 26%. Right? Anyways, $9.90 a month credit card monitoring. And I want to throw in subscriptions. Do you know to the dollar how much you pay in subscriptions every month? Reoccurring bills, not counting rent. That's not a subscription. You're not subscribed to your house. You're not subscribed to your car. I'm talking subscriptions. Well, you are. Tesla's got subscriptions, right? And some of those other cars do, right? But reoccurring subscriptions. Raise your hand if you have a Planet Fitness subscription or membership
that you don't use.
Oh my goodness, bro. You got to call or go down there and stuff. I drive by one all the time. I'm like, I should go in there. I see it every month, $10. I see it every month, $10. $120 a month, bro, or a year.
Yeah.
Just
easy
leak.
money.
It's a leak. Right. Guilty.
Or there's basic finance that we even forgot that we have that we're paying on.
Those little Apple charges add up. Yeah, I mean, subscriptions on your phones, because they make it real easy to take your money. They make it real easy to get your money, right? They make it super easy, and it makes it you kind of forget about it. Like I have this one app, it's for looking at coins. It'll do a little grading on it, right? Because I collect coins and stuff, and it's $40. And I'm like, I'm not paying $40 a month. Blah blah. Never do that. Oh, a year? Okay, I'll do that. So I paid for it, and then it renewed. I'm like, okay. You know how many coins I looked up? Like 4. I looked up like it cost me $10 a coin to look up those coins, right? I don't use it, but but the minute I unsubscribed, I'm like, oh, I have this coin. I want to look it up right now. It cost me $40 to look it up because I had to renew the subscription. You know how many coins I've looked up since? A few. Riley likes looking up coins, but it's, I don't know, but like maybe 8, maybe. So I don't know. Subscriptions and memberships. I'm telling you, streaming services. I'm telling you, we'll get to that over here. Okay, that's just in banking. That's just in investing. Oh, here we are. Subscriptions and autopay. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Max. Cancel one and rotate the rest. Cancel one. This is the drawback of not having broadcast TV. Broadcast TV kept it fucking simple. We had 4 channels on the top channel. We had 3 channels on the bottom channel. We had a fucking TV guide. I have a TV guide here somewhere. It's over there. And it was simple, right? We didn't have to. So they unbundled TV, right? Now we can just rent each channel, or we have to, if we want certain shows, we have to go find out its platform and subscribe to that platform, which causes multiple, and they know what they're doing. And we have multiple subscriptions. We have multiple memberships. I get services. That. Do you want to have money after you can't work anymore? Or do you want to sit and watch fucking TV right now? I mean, call it what I love. I mean, that's what we are. We're MTV kids. We had Saturday morning cartoons. We watch cartoons after school and shit. We did all the things. TV is our life. I get it. But do you want to continue watching TV, or do you want to have a little bit of money after fucking work? I mean, these are good shows. These are good shows. I get it. I do. All right. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Max, blah, blah, blah. Spotify and Apple Music. Oh my God. We ranted about this on a few episodes now, but we are pissed. Our whole generation is pissed because we, again, have to buy our music over again. Good Lord. Bought it on records, bought it on CDs, or bought it on tapes, bought it on CDs, bought it on, and now we're buying it in streaming services. And right now for Spotify, it's like $13 a month. That's like an album a month. That's an album a month that I pay for to have almost unlimited
it's
music.
our punishment for a few years of Napster.
Oh, I used the fuck out of Napster. I stole hell of music. I stole hell of music on Napster. I was one of the bad guys. Should have been Lars. Hashtag should have been Lars. Jamie Francel, the Dutch people are notoriously tight with their mouth.
That's racist.
I think it was those guys. They're notoriously known for being tall. Most everybody's tall for me. So, all right. So, unused gym membership. Oh, it's number 3 on the list at 29. I think God, mine's only 10 or 13. I can't remember. And I've had kids guilty of this. Kids accidentally subscribed to App Store. No, it's not accidentally. I've had kids buy shit and just no more phone for you. iCloud. This is funny. iCloud 200 gigabyte and Google One 200 gigabyte for no reason. Free trial. I used chat. It came up with some of these, and
the free trials that turned into subscriptions.
Yeah, free trials that turned into $14.99, and you forgot, right? Yeah. Oh, vehicle and commuting bleeds. Not saying you shouldn't drive to go to work, but you know what? Buying premium gas when your vehicle only requires regular. I don't know anybody who does that. I really don't.
Nobody's doing that.
I make fun of the
car requires premium. I hate it.
I'll tell my kids.
Don't put it in the check engine light comes on.
Right? Yeah. Right? No, not mine. No. It's fancy gas for me. I'm not trying to gobble that shit up. Insurance increased over time, and you never requoted. That happened. I looked at my bill one time. I'm like, good Lord in heaven, thank you for everything, but what is this? And I called them like, yeah, we sent you a letter 4 months ago and told you that the rate increase was going to go up on the next quarter, my next cycle or whatever it was called, right? And I'm like, I can't do this. And they're like, thank you for your business. They're like, I don't know what do you want? Like a hug or something, right? I'm like, so I canceled them, had to go, but I paid once or twice. I'm like, oh my goodness, that was completely silly. It was hundreds of dollars in difference. Those rates just went up.
You gotta put them in competition once in a while with some kind of insurance broker.
And you got to move out here to rotate that shit. 100%, dude.
I just had to do the whole thing. I had to threaten my company to quit. I didn't actually have to quit. They're like, oh, never mind. We'll keep it the same. Then what'd you do all that for? Just so I could sit on hold for 45 minutes.
Did they have good music?
No. No.
I'll give a shout out to all of our viewers out there, everyone watching. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out. We got Garen out here. She's teaching us how to save our money, use our money, and basically be able to have some money until, or after we can't work anymore. So vehicle, commuting, car wash. Do you guys pay for car washes?
$2.60 for gas, bro. We're getting ripped off out here in California.
Cliff, love you. Dude, like we said earlier, we celebrate when it gets just below $4. It's $3.98. It's $3.95 over a Valero, or whatever. Right?
Yeah, or 4 something low. As long as it's not near $5, it's like pretty cool.
It's and it's still just gonna go up. So, buying premium gas, insurance increased over time. $10 car wash. I have Mr. Clean now, but it was the other car wash giant that was out here. I don't remember their name now. Dead to history. I think it's $19 a month for unlimited car wash. It's just for the car wash, Mr. Car Wash. And this goes back to the first question. Do you know to the dollar amount how much in subscriptions and memberships do you have? I don't. I'm irresponsible. Garen, do you?
No, I don't.
G-Money.
Is there a website or a service or something? Someone does that, right? You can give them your info and they'll go find all your subscriptions. Or
is there an app?
Yeah, your bank account, right, has all that shit, right? Your statement, all your deductions, all the stuff with the little minus next to it.
Giving them access to, but I thought I heard something like an app or a website or something out there that does all that for you. Finds all your useless subscriptions.
all that.
I feel like I've seen a commercial for that on TV too.
And then some other basic stuff,
Rocket
getting
Money?
parking tickets,
They're saying
traffics, and say who?
Rocket Money. That's who does
Rocket?
that for you. They find your
Rocket?
subscriptions for your thing.
Rocket Mortgage.
Oh yeah, Rocket Money. Find and cancel subscriptions. Track your spending. Sick. Good one. Hey. All that type of stuff. Our generation.
There's Michelle. Yeah. See, Michelle? That's what I was thinking. Rocket Mortgage, but it was Rocket
Mortgage. I think I interviewed with those guys one time.
And then Cliff. I'm like, I don't know exactly how I want. Exactly. I don't want to look. Right. I'm not saying go disrupt your life to go find this money, but there's money to be found. You have to make some choices. I've been saying that all along. So grocery and household needs. Here's where it's going to get a little bit tougher, right? Throwing out $20 worth of spoiled food, spoiled produce. Guilty, bro. I'll be on some health kick in that moment, and I'll see that lettuce. I'll see those cucumbers. I buy a lot of cucumbers, bro. I don't eat a lot of cucumbers, bro. They go in the drawer with all the fruits and vegetables. I'll eat the tomatoes. We eat the avocados. We go through the lettuce and the salads, and it's not like I don't want to peel the cucumbers. I'll peel them and stuff. I'll slice them. I'll drag the fork. I'll do all the things. I'll eat them. I love them. But man, we seem to waste a lot of those, and sometimes we get the fancy peppers or just this off, kind of
cucumbers always no, not celery. Celery always goes bad.
I use a lot of celery. We cook a lot of that. A lot of celery. I got rabbits, so a lot of ours I just give them the stumps and the ends and pieces and shit. So that's kind of cool. But food wastes. Waste a lot of food right now. If you don't communicate with the other person in the house and with the refrigerator, you have to communicate with the other person in the house, and you have to communicate with the refrigerator in order to save money. Because right now, I swear to God, I'll put myself on blast. We got like 4 different tubs of Greek yogurt, 4 different tubs of sour cream, and like 4 different tubs of like cottage cheese. I'm like, this is unfreaking necessary. We have to talk. We both can't come home with this stuff. We have to look before we get it, right? That's, it's like, even like ants coordinate when they bring stuff back to the little nest. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they don't. So anyways. All right. Brand names and store brands. I don't know about you guys, but I had to go from going generic. I had to force myself to go to the good stuff. I've always been kind of frugal with like generic shit, right? But buying brand names when store brands are identical, 50 cents, $3 per item, you could save. Shout out the Kirkland brands, shout out Great Value. Love these things, right? Mm-hmm. Buying lunch. Oh my good. Raise your hand if you buy lunch out at work. $13 to $17 to $18 a day, $15 a day, right? $75 a week. Dude, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's just right out. That's just enjoying your stuff. That's just not even taking in consideration. You could bring dinner or whatever. I mean, again, make some choices, make some differences, right? All right. Impulse Target runs. You go in for one item and you walk out with $50 worth of shit. Who's not guilty of that?
Just shouldn't go to Target or Walmart.
Who's not guilty of that?
It's easy to do.
It's pumpkin spice latte season. Hello. And it's peppermint whatever season. Hello. Coffee shop trips. Okay. You want to buy a few during the season? Cool. Cut it for the rest of the year. Make some choices, right? Coffee shop drinks, cleaning supplies, purchase small instead of in bulk. I don't know. I always buy the big ones anyway. I know that's just cheaper. More's better. Maybe that's just me. More. Well, if this one's good, this has got to be better, right? The barrel of that shit. Housing and utility stuff. All right. So, anyways, AC running at 72 all the time. You can, there's always rules around setting that. Running the dishwasher during peak hours. Remember when we were? I don't know. Do you guys ever remember like the idea of like not running appliances until like after 6? There was some TV commercials about that or some public service announcements about that kind of shit.
It's still a thing, right?
Is that still a thing about like peak times? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I think they'd still charge that on our bill.
Okay. Well, cable TV and streaming services, right? And you're paying for like, all this different stuff.
Millions of television options.
First of all, you shouldn't be watching that much TV. I'm just kidding. Lecture you guys. It's not your fault. I can't sit down in one place long enough to watch a fucking TV show. It's really what it is, right? Cable TV, $100 a month, but you're only streaming. Make a balance. Find out what it is. Make some choices. You can find just some savings there, and it doesn't mean you have to never subscribe back over here like during football season. If you're just a football fan, dump the streamers after football season's over. Good Lord, you can pick it up again when it goes back on sale, before next season or whatnot, right? Black Friday shopping, that kind of shit. So, storage unit, you haven't opened in 8 months. You got to start. What are you gonna do with that shit, right? I get it. Some, that's a hard one. That's got some good shit in it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But again, what are you doing with it? Thermostat programmable. This is dumb. Food delivery and convenience. You want to save some money? Stop having food delivered to your door. You know what I'm guilty of? It's easy to have milk brought to my house so I don't have to go and drive all the way to the store, park, walk all the way in, grab the gallon of milk, pay for it, walk back to my car, drive all the way home, and pour it into my bowl. It's a pain in the ass. I can have Walmart delivered to my house in 20 minutes. Huh?
Just 1 gallon? You've done it just 1 gallon of milk?
Well, I'll buy 2 while I'm there, right? But I'm just saying, it's like, and I'm not saying it's a hassle. I'm just saying, right? The convenience of having Walmart bring that to me. Here's the drawback. I got to spend at least $35.
Oh, yes. That's a lot of milk.
And now this is where we get the 4 fucking things of cottage cheese, the 4 things of yogurt. Because, that sounds good. Let's get some cottage cheese. Well, we didn't communicate. You know what I mean? So it's layered. It builds up, right? I'm super guilty of that kind of stuff. And it's like, I started thinking, it's like, I don't need $35 milk. I don't need $35 thing of Parmesan cheese. I'll go to the store and get it. If there's a couple other things I'll get, but if I'm making dinner, I'm like, I'm out of this ingredient. I don't need to spend $35 just to get that because I have everything else. Right. So snacks, convenience stores, food in California is just grossly expensive. Shout out to everybody who eats outside of the state of California, but we got the good food. I get it. We got the good food. We got taco trucks and all that yummy shit, but it's terribly expensive here.
Taco trucks.
Bottled water. Huh?
Taco truck's not even cheap anymore.
No. And damn, we always find $30 worth of stuff to buy. Yes, we do. Every time. Michelle, yes, I'm very well aware of having an electric vehicle about those peak times. Okay. Yeah. All right. Electricity costs more during those peak times. Right. And the whole charging scenario with that. Oh, here's where we're guilty. Well, I guess buying bottled water instead of, reusable, fillable water. We drink a shit ton of water. So water's not an issue. Too tired to cook. Wifey's guilty of this one. I'm guilty of this one right here. Too tired to cook. I'm already at the online. And I get a text. What do you want? Or I'll text her. What do you want? I don't feel like cooking. I'm tired. We didn't defrost anything. Nothing sounds good. And that's a big one. Nothing sounds good. So here we are, $62 for a family of 4 to eat out. Good Lord. Right. That's just one night. There's 30 nights in a month. How many times do you say that in a month? Once or twice? There's $120. I mean, just these little chips, little chunks out of these little areas.
Something gets us all the time.
Right. Gymnastics class, still billing, all this stuff. Anyways, we do a lot of sports. We do a lot of that stuff, but we really focus on that. Nothing, trust me, there's nothing unnoticed about every penny that goes to that shit. We notice that there's nothing mysteriously leaking around that. So, birthday gift, 25 to 40 per kid birthday gift every weekend. We don't really do that shit either. Oh, buying everything new instead of hitting Facebook Marketplace. I mean, if you have to, you have to, but I don't know. I think the whole idea is there are ways you can cut money. You don't have to eat out. You can eat in. If you can't cook, well, sorry, much luck. Save some money. Learn how to cook. It's not that hard, right? all your extras. Maybe you could downgrade your phone. You can't afford the fancy phone payment and plan. Downgrade that shit, right? Maybe you don't need the gym. Maybe you can't afford it. Maybe right now the salon. Maybe we don't get the fancy haircuts. Maybe we get the basic haircuts. Maybe we don't get the nails done. Maybe you don't get the new shirt or the new whatever. I'm just saying, again, it's not like we have to, sacrifice and just have this miserable life. But I mean, if you don't get your fucking fancy coffees anymore and you just have coffee at home, really, and maybe buy a fancy creamer, right? I mean, come on, really? It's not being so bougie. Have some money for when you can't work, right? Would you rather be able to eat when you're retired or watch TV now, right? So, a bunch of this stuff, technology, upgrading the phone every year, 3 years, but they say it's free. They say it's a good idea. Paying $15 a month for a device, insurance, buying all that neat stuff, buying a new laptop when a $60 upgrade would work. A whole bunch of places, a whole bunch of areas. So, anyways, Cliff Simmons, yeah, buy coffee. I do. We always find $30 worth of stuff to buy. Yeah, Cliff, we do. Buy coffee. I have good brewed coffee at home. I do. And when I buy the heavy whipping cream and I put brown sugar in it and I mix that, it's really freaking good.
Cliff,
I like that.
Cliff owns a
Enjoy
coffee shop. He's promoting his coffee shop.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Hey, Cliff, what's
He wants you to buy coffee. Stop and buy coffee.
From you. I will buy coffee from you, Cliff. Absolutely.
Where's that located at?
Kentucky.
Oh,
Missouri.
He's
in Missouri.
Missouri. That's too far.
I don't know the town. He's going to tell us. Hold on here. Oh, I never sent this message. I'm supposed to send that almost showtime. Garen is in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send it now. There we go. Oh, his coffee is the best in Missouri. There we go. Google. Shout out to all you guys. All right, Garen, is there anything you want to close with? What are some key takeaways? What are some things of all this information? In fact, let's throw some contact info up for you. Let's put you up there, and we'll add this to the stage. All righty then.
Well, just like Jason said, finding that $200, chipping away, you could come up with that $200, even $25 a month to invest. But just at that $200 a month with a 10% rate of return over 20 years would give you $138,000. So that's much better than having a coffee every day.
That's a little bit better. That's
a little bit
that
better.
Sounds more comfortable. I mean, it's a little shy of the 1.5 million, but numbers go up, numbers go down. What if, you end up partnering up, or what if you, just whatever. The point is that, obviously no one's going to come to our rescue. We are knocking on that door, the door. Well, maybe we're not knocking on that door. We got some good time left, 15 good years left, right? Depending exactly where we are on this little journey, right? There's still time to make this happen, but it's right in front of us. We have to, pay attention to this. Thankfully, I was able to start some of my stuff like 10 years ago when I got out of college. I got my first mental health job, and I'm like, all right, so I got to start this one. And I thought I started my third one, and after doing some research, I already canceled the other two out. Anyways, I started that one, and it grew to be a good chunk, and that was the chunk I used to move some things around, and that chunk grew to this giant chunk, and this chunk grew to that chunk. We moved some over here, we moved some over there, we did some of this. Everybody got some, did some Oprah shit with it, you know what I mean? And and it's working. The money's kind of working itself. It kind of like caught on fire, and now it's just kind of feeding itself. So it worked, right? So the stuff does work, the ideas do work. It is a little scary. It is hard to spend our money because, that's our money. And we earn that, and we need things, and we want things. And nobody taught us about all this stuff. We never really thought about it unless we had those parents or those people in our life that kind of just really educated us. Maybe they're in the business or whatever. Maybe they're just money minded or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the case is, hit that QR code up. You got more questions, you can call Karen, you can talk to her, or hit that up, answer a few questions, and kind of just go from there. We're not promoting any kind of service or any kind of thing, but Gen X, you want another Gen Xer to talk to who's kind of doing it and who's got some street cred right here from your favorite podcast. I've done some work there. I've moved some money with her, and so have some of my friends and family too. So street cred there, for at least for the information, at least for be able to guide you in the right direction. So Garen, is there anything you want to close with?
Just want to say that many people are intimidated or fearful, but it's or don't know where to get started. But it is quite easy and simple. Jason, you've seen it. It's easy, simple steps, and I'm always. He's saying, "Gosh, we were talking about no more." Yeah, just quitting smoking. Yeah, that definitely saves some money too.
Oh, Jeepers. I didn't even think about cigarettes. God,
that's a good one.
Yeah. And those are fucking expensive now.
But it's actually quite simple and easy, and I'd be happy to help in any way that I can.
Scan that QR code.
There's my information, my QR code, or you can call me.
And if you're not watching on your phone, you can scan the QR code. If you're watching on your phone, take a screenshot and scan it with another phone. I don't know how you do it. Maybe you can there's a scanner inside your camera. You can scan the code from your pictures or something. So
your phone, you just point your phone at it.
Yeah, we ultimately want to get your money working for you instead of you just working for your money. We want to get that money working for you. That's the goal.
Money for nothing and the chicks for free.
It will do that. Boom. There we go. All right. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. I want to thank you guys for. Oh, shit. Facebook's struggling. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking us out. Greatly appreciate everybody who tuned in and, chimed in tonight. Good to see your faces. Good to see your names, you guys. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. And shout out to all the mullets. Shout out to the hottest hair we've ever seen. I swear to God, the Aquanets and the mullets. I fucking roll. I swear to God. So thank you guys. and Greg, thank you for those. I think all of those pictures were taken by Greg in high school. Yeah, Greg, I shot. Those are his photos. So perfect.
On my photo.
Appreciate all that.
And thank you everybody for tuning in and being on the show. Appreciate it. And
yes, Garen, thank you for joining us.
Made it enjoyable.
Thank you, Garen. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. We'll see you guys soon.
Folks. Have a good night, folks. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.